Uh, I do have some network problem here. I don't know what is happening. Okay, please give me other 2 minutes time. I'll come back. Hello. Yes. Now it's okay. I think so. Okay. Everything is okay now. Yes. Can you hear me now? Please write here. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Roll number 74. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Maumita. Manju. Okay. Let us start our class. Give your attendance in the chat. Okay. So let us start today our class. Sorry for the disturbance because of network problem. So now please give your attendance whenever it disconnects. It's okay. So before only you give me your attendance so that it will be helpful for me. So this also we have discussed, that is intellectual property rights and the technology watch. Okay. Then we have come across so patents analysis and also business intelligence system. Okay, I have already said you that business intelligence system, it's a very important one in every business. And whatever the data we have, whatever the data we have in the organization, so it's going to filter. For example, if a HR comes and if he want to extract what is the necessary data, so the business intelligence system extract only the data which is related for the HR department. Okay, it captures, filters, analysis and distribute BI that is useful for an enterprise. Okay, yes. So moving on to the next, let us discuss about today. I think we have stopped in the last class here only, that is customer relationship management, group where to schedule the work of groups, next team building, and the next one is supply chain management and industrial clustering. Okay, let us discuss about these five soft methods of innovation management. Okay, yes, I have already said you in the last class that what customer relationship management, that is CRM. Okay, nowadays CRM was placed with many softwares, but I can say that CRM 10 years back it has taken its lead. Okay, 10 years back it has taken lead, and every company used to have this CRM software. Okay, so what is customer relationship management? Okay, let me tell you one example here. Now let us take an example for the banking system. Okay, let us take an example for banking system. Now you go to a bank and you are going to open maybe a current account or savings account, whatever. Savings account is for individuals, current account is for the organizations, whatever. Okay, so let me take organization only because we are speaking about the organizational aspects. So let me take a, you have opened the current account. Okay, now you have opened the current account, you went to the bank. Okay, current account is always a zero account because the transactions will be heavy, and so based on the company turnover, etc. and etc., some rules and regulations will be given. So we don't want to speak all that. Now what is the customer relationship management here is, okay, it's a tool or it's a method of something innovative, having giving a good service to the customer. Okay, how we are going to provide a good service to the customer here is, yes, now you went to the bank and you just open a current account with the bank. Okay, now what the data will be telling here is, it will not stop just by the current account. Okay, now what is customer relationship management here is, it is going to manage the relationship between the bank and the customer. Whatever the new products the bank is going to introduce, whatever the useful information the bank is, everything it will be passed to the customer daily, so that it maintain the relationship, the same way whatever the messages you get, okay, from wherever you are handling the what to say your accounts, the bank is going to send that, please don't share your passwords, don't share your pin numbers, don't share your credit card or debit card numbers. So be careful. What all these is, these are all the some messages, maintaining relationship with the customers, giving some service to the customers. Okay, and also whatever the charges, everything comes under the customer relationship management only. So that is one soft method of innovation management. Yes, nowadays this CRM has been replaced with many softwares. Okay, but still there are some customer relationship managements maintaining the things. Next one is the groupware. So what do you mean by groupware here is, this is the software, this is the innovation management that to schedule the work of groups. Okay, so if it is manually done, okay, if it is manually done, maybe there is a chance. Yes, manually also, of course the software is inbuilt. Okay, the built by human beings only, I'm not telling that, but machines don't have any partiality. Okay, machines don't compare the people. Okay, in the same way what is happening here is it is going to have a to schedule the work of groups, it is going to have a clear picture of to whom the work has to assign, to whom the work has to be designated. Okay, in a group, in a daily ways, in a week wise, so without any work burden. So that what we call it as the group fair. So what is a group fair here? Group fair means so to schedule the work of groups. Yes, for example there are 100 workers in a organization. Okay, to them you have to assign the work, to them you have to assign the work. Then how you are going to do them, how you are going to do them means, yes, through this groupware software. Okay, this is one innovation method only, because so if I work today 8 hours, when a schedule of work should be assigned to me again of 8 hours. Okay, without any of giving some free time, and also everything will matters. So that is what we call it as the groupware. So there is also one innovation management, some method of innovation management. Coming to team building. Yes, what do you mean by team building here is, yes, so what do you mean by, you may get out the, so team building also we are going to give what do you say, we are going to use some techniques tools. Yes, of course, because for example organization is vast, organization is vast, there are many people working in the organization. Okay, think that there are some 100 branches of that organization, and some lakhs of employees are working in that organization. Now without team building software or software method in the innovation management, for example a good project has come for us, some crores of money will be is a profit for us. Now what happened here, to build a team, to build a team as a human beings working in the Bengaluru, there will be an expert in Hyderabad, I may not know that. Okay, so this software highlights the people. For example, so we need all Java, that is a Java plus people or Java experience of 30, 15 years or 20 years, that okay, once you give in the what is say, just in the software, all the data will come in one line. So these many people in the 100 what is say, in the 100 branches, these many people are working. Then it's very easy for us, then it's very easy for us to build a team. So that's what we call it as that team building. So what do you mean by team building here? It's all of our softwares only. Okay, it's an innovation management. I want to see sometimes so if you remember, sometimes people will go to work for the other countries also on on company wise, they go for 30 days or some, maybe based on the project duration, 3 months, 6 months. Why they are going there means, because that that project can be handled by only these people, that project can be handled by these people. So some, they will select these people and they will they are going to assign this project details. So that what we call it as the team building. Okay, and coming to the supply chain management. Yes, everyone know this supply chain management nowadays. This logistics and supply chain management is a very important and a crucial one. And you people also have, I think in the last semester some people have done some course on the supply chain management also. Okay, so no need of much of explanation, but still let me tell you what is supply chain management in the soft methods of innovation. Yes, again this is also, so this is also one soft method. okay, or one tool or one technology or technique we can say. Okay, so the name itself, it is telling supply chain management, means we have to manage the, wait just a minute. So you're giving your attendance, right? Is there a, because I'm not getting any chart here. Okay, try to give okay, okay, yes, you are there. Yes, sir. This is what we call supply chain management. Supply chain management means the continuity. Okay. So because why this continuity from the logistics to the market supply? Okay, if you have to manage, you should not cut that chain. You should not disconnect that chain. If you disconnect that chain, what happen here? Everything will become a problem for your production. Okay, and also supply and also demand, so it's interlinked. So supply chain management nowadays have become as a boom also in the organizations. So that's what we can say as the supply chain management. The next one is the last soft methods of innovation management is industrial clustering. Okay, so what do you mean by industrial clustering here? Means see, if you see the name itself, it is telling cluster means group. Cluster means group, making all industries a group, concentration of many interdependent enterprises. See that word, interdependent enterprises within the relatively small geographic area. Okay, so we are going to concentrate all that interdependent enterprises, means the firms, same organizations. Okay, interdependent organizations means the organizations or the industries which depend on other. Okay, which depend on other. Now let me tell you some example which depend on other means. Okay, for example, car industries or whatever production, the car production industries depend on tires industry. Okay, depend on space industry. Okay, depend on steel. So what I mean to say here is these are the dependency. So making in that geographical area, making that, we call it as the industrial clustering. Okay, so what are the key features? They have given the law strong linkages between firms and supporting technological and business infrastructure within a region to stimulate the innovation process and growth of cluster. Okay, so they will going to support all the industries, so whatever the dependency. Okay, so the organizations which have dependency on each other, they are going to support themselves in the area of technological and business infrastructure within that region. Okay, next, the larger the cluster, higher the level of self sufficiency. Okay, see, if you see in the industrial clustering, okay, in the industrial clustering, the larger the cluster, the larger the dependency, the larger the group of industries depend on, higher the level of self sufficiency. Okay, yes, the self sufficiency will be the higher. What do you mean by self sufficiency? The self survival and everything will be heavy. So that is what we can say here. So the larger the cluster, the higher the level of self sufficiency. So these are all the some soft methods of innovation management. I have already said you this is very 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 important question. So directly they will ask you what are the soft methods of innovation management. See, according to your syllabus, these are all the soft methods, that is knowledge management tools, knowledge audits, knowledge mapping, intellectual property right management, technological watch, patent analysis, business intelligence system, next, customer relationship management, groupware to schedule the group of groups. Okay, team building, supply chain management, industrial clustering. Okay, let us go to the next slide, that is creative approaches. Okay, yes. So students, I think yesterday I have sent the question paper. I think your coordinators has been sent the question paper of innovation management, and your target time is 12 o'clock, right? Okay, hope I have received many of your assessments on my mail. Okay, I'm going to consider all the assessment which I get before 12, and based on that things. Okay, the 10 marks question whatever I have given is a general one. and I'll see the innovative ideas, how far you are going to get. Let me check all those innovative ideas of yours. Okay, one day we'll have a discussion on those innovative ideas also. Maximum I'll keep it that. I'll okay. Hope everyone has submitted your assessment. Think you in your mentoring session also you come to know that whatever the assessment you are giving, that will be considered for your internal marks because of this pandemic of coronavirus, COVID-19. Okay, so maybe internal examinations in future may conduct, may not conduct, still we don't know. Okay, if so that maybe this will be your internal examinations and everything, so better, I think everyone has submitted. Okay. Yes. Now, moving on to the next topic, that is the creative approaches of innovation management. Okay. So, what do you mean by creative approaches? Means how creatively how creatively we can approach innovation management. Okay. Now, let us discuss that. So, these are all whatever the things we are going to discuss here is, of course, we have a number of techniques. Okay, but let us discuss about first the fundamental concepts of all creative development techniques. What will be some concepts we have? Okay, so fundamental basics, the basics whatever we have for the creative development of techniques. Let us discuss today. Okay, the concepts related. So now maybe in the next other 10 minutes we are going to discuss about the what are these are techniques, that is creative techniques or creative approaches of techniques. For this techniques, what will be the fundamental concepts, means the basics. So these are all the some points, we have some 7 points. These are some concepts we are going to develop. The first one is a suspension of premature judgment and reducing the negative filtering of ideas. Yes, very good. Not only the here in the organization, for every, so for you also it is better thing if someone is going to propose some ideas. Okay, so everyone feel that you people are expert in that area. Okay, you people are feel that expert in that area. What here the first point it is telling that never ignore or never neglect any ideas given by your low level or middle level, whoever. Okay, so don't have a negative filtering of ideas. Okay, if someone is telling something, you just note it down, that idea. If it is a small idea or if it is the worst idea, you know also, but still accept that idea. Okay, because that is the first step in the creative approach of innovation management. Okay, so whenever you become an entrepreneur, whenever you become an organization, don't discourage anyone. Okay, if someone is giving one idea, if someone is proposing some ideas, you just welcome that ideas, you encourage that ideas, you take it that ideas, and in your mind you know that those ideas are the worst ideas, but don't give outside. Okay, some people say that, sir, we should be straight. No, we have to, yes, you can filter later, you can filter later. Sometimes that worst ideas only will become highlighted. Okay, we don't know which idea. So the first point itself is telling, if you want to creative, if you want to be more creative, the suspension of premature judgment, don't there itself, don't judge any ideas prematurely there, and reduce the negative filtering. This idea is having this. Yes, for every idea there will be a positives and negatives. Okay, of course it is the best idea also, of course it is the best idea, whatever the best idea. Okay, so for example, let me tell you the present situation, lockdown. Okay, lockdown is the best idea. Okay, lockdown is the best idea because the country like us, okay, with the highest population, okay, in the world, so that is 130 plus crores of people are living in that in this country. Okay, the only weapon, the only idea here is the lockdown, because we know that a group of people, if we go, the virus is going to spread. But yes, there will be negative also. Of course this is very much good idea, but negatives is the revenue is low. Okay, the economic is going to get down, everything going to the worst, but still this is the only one. So We have to accept all the ideas. So that is the first point. Next, use of the intermediate possible. Okay, what do you mean by use of the intermediate possible means? Yes, the person who has given the idea, okay, so the person who receives the idea, so the person who is going to give the idea and person who receives the idea, instead of these two people, okay, use some intermediate people. Intermediate people means maybe some well-known people, some experienced people, okay, so to judge that ideas. Judge ideas means just to filter that ideas, that will be very very good. So that what we call it as the use of the intermediate possible. So why we see, you also in general, whenever you prepare any document, whenever you prepare any document or any other things, you will ask the third person to check, okay, before going to submit. Okay, before you are going to submit that, what is say, the document to the receiver. Okay, you have prepared one document. What you are going to do, if it is some that much importance of that document, you are going to ask your brother or your sister or your friends, okay, to check the any things. So then what happened here? Here no partiality will be there. Okay, so what, just they will go through that any corrections are there. So that, so the most, the third party, only the third person can identify the flaws. The same way here also, in creative approach, use intermediate people. Means, again here using intermediate people means not low level people. So we have to use some experienced people. Why experienced people means? Yes, that is the, they can correct, they can give a better solutions. Okay, next one is, the third point is creation of analogies and metaphors through symbols, etc., by finding the similarities between the situations that we wish to understand and another situation which is already understand. Okay, so simple thing, don't get confused of it all, what you say, big words here. Okay, so simple thing is, whatever the situation we have already, means whatever the new, whatever we are using, okay, whatever the idea, situation, the process or product you generated now. Okay, so now we have to compare these two, we have to understand these two. Okay, which one is better one? Is there any, for example, whatever we are following, whatever the new idea, okay, if think that whatever we are following is better than the new idea, okay, you leave it that new idea. Whatever the new idea you have will be is better than whatever you are using, then what happened here, we have to go with this only, again with some other things. So what we can, we have to find the similarities. How we are going to use the similarities? Maybe by numbers, some what is it, whatever we call as the analogies and metaphors, some symbols. Okay, so some numbers, some situations we are going to mark, etc., and etc., and we have to create that. So that is also one creative approach, one fundamental basis of, what is say, uh, fundamental basis of this creative approach of innovation management. The next one is, the fourth point is, build imaginative and ideal situations. Okay, invent the ideal vision. Yes, build imaginative and ideal situations. Yes, here, for any creative approach, for any creative approach, imagination is very 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 important. So what do you mean by imaginations means? Imaginations how far our idea works. Okay, you imagine if this implemented, or if this comes into existence, what is going to happen to our sales, what is happen to our organization. So imagination is very 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 important. So you have to build imagination and ideal situations. Ideal situations are the situations you have to create itself. Okay, so what do you mean by here imagination of things? Okay, we have to create ourselves, okay, in such a way that, okay, so this situations is going to happen, this situation is going to happen, this, you are able to imagine and you are able to define what is going to happen. Okay, so that's what we call it as the build imaginative and ideal situations. So in the brackets, if you see, we have a invent the ideal vision. Okay, invent the ideal vision. What do you mean by ideal vision? Ideal vision is of course for our company's vision. Okay, whatever the ideas we have, whatever the innovatives we have, you have to build some ideal vision. The next one is a find ways to make ideal vision happen. Yes, whatever the whatever the imaginations you build, whatever the imaginations you built, whatever the imaginations you built and had your ideal vision. So now what we have to make is we have to find ways. We have to find ways to make ideal vision happen. Okay, yes, if you want to implement this, what is the way we have to follow? See, don't get confused here. So innovation management here means a simple thing. How creative means, what are the basic concepts? So before having the techniques of your creativity or following some techniques, okay, so what are the basic things means? First of all, you have to remove the negative filtering. Okay, and you have to use some intermediate possibilities, and also you have to compare the similarities of understand what is going to be understand, what is understand already, means whatever the process we are following before and what is going to so that's what we call it as the things. So maybe based on the numbers or maybe analogies or metaphors, etc and etc. Okay, so now, so whatever the new idea or whatever the creativity you have, what you have to do is you have to build some imaginations. Okay, you have to build some imaginations, and of course you have to create the ideal situations. So what is going to happen after our implementation? Of course that should be related to our idea vision. Okay, ideal vision. And just imagine is not we have should not keep full stop there after the imagination. We have to find some ways to make this ideal vision happen. Okay, next, relate things or ideas which are previously unrelated. Okay, see here again, so relate things or ideas which are previously unrelated. I have already said that idea is not only one, ideas. Okay, so there will be something thing. Now, whatever the ideas we have built, imaginations we have built, and a vision we have built, and we have created some ideal situations, and you just don't live only with these ideas, and we have some alternative ideas. We have some alternative ideas. Now, what we have to do is we have to relate these ideas with the what we have. Okay, so that is what we can say. We have to relate things which are previously unrelated. And the next one is a generate multiple solutions to a problem. Yes, this is very very important line if you see. Okay, now whenever you relate whatever the ideas you build, imaginations you build, ideal vision you build, okay, whatever the ideal situations you have created, now what you have to do is, so in the before step what you are telling, we have to relate with the other ideas also. Maybe some 8 ideas will be there, 1 2 3 4 whatever thing. So if this idea is built, if this idea will, what will be the situations? Now we have to relate this. Now we have to relate this. Now what happened here? By relating this, by similarities, by comparing, we come to know which idea is the best one. Okay, and also the possibilities of the idea, maybe through intermediate possibilities or etc and etc. So that, what happen if you are going to have, or if you are going to develop new ideas, means if you are going to develop some different ideas and all other things. Now what is happening here? So we are going to develop some multiple solutions to a problem. We are going to develop some multiple solutions to a problem. Yes, so developing multiple solutions to a problem, why we have to one different solution means, yes, whatever the way we have. For example, in the last step it got failure. Okay, we got failure, then what happened? We have to come back and we have to go with the other way. So if you are finding only one solution, okay, if you don't have any multiple solution means, then what happened here? Again, from the first step to last step, you have to work out. It again includes some cost. So some lakhs of money you have to spend to do all those things. So to eradicate that, okay, to go all, if you want to remove all those things, before only with the confidence, of course, with what we have to do is we have to generate some multiple solutions to the problem. Okay, yes, the problem is this, the problem is this, so let us have some different solutions for this. So that is what we can say, relate things, generate multiple solutions to a problem. Okay, so these are all the some creative approaches, means not basic concepts. Okay, basic concept for all the creative development techniques. Okay, now we come to know that yes, we should not have a negative mind. We should have to listen all to the things. We have to use the intermediate people. We have to compare the what do you say, whatever the process we have now, and we have to compare whatever the process is developed, and of course we have to build imaginations along with our vision, and we have to create some ideal situations, and also not only creating them, we have to find the way to happen that, and also whatever the idea you have, imaginations and everything, what you have to do, you have to compare with the other ideas built, and so that we can generate multiple solutions to a problem. Okay, now so these are all the some fundamental concepts, that is basic concepts to all the creative development techniques. Now let us go with the next slide, that is what are the creative techniques. Okay, this is very important things we should discuss about these creative techniques. Okay, so we have 3 or 4 creative techniques, that is a lateral thinking. Okay, next we have a brainstorming, next we have a scamper method. So many things to discuss. So we'll discuss in the next class about all these creative techniques at a time. Okay, so that that will have some continuity. Mm, and this question is very important. Again, in this chapter we will have only 2 questions. Okay, one is what are the soft methods of innovation management. In second module we'll have only 2 things. What are those 2 things? First one is what are the soft methods of, things, that is innovation management, and what are the creative techniques. These questions for 10 marks, and there is a chance of asking 5 marks question also. Okay, that is organizational aspects of innovation management. Okay, so this we have many chances of asking organizational aspects of innovation management for 5 marks. If in the second module, if you are getting a 10 marks question, 100% maximum you'll get in these 2 only. In the, what are those 2? So one is of creative techniques, another is of soft methods of innovation management. Okay, so tomorrow we'll discuss in the next class. So after completion of these creative techniques, that will be the end of the second module. We'll go into the third module. Okay, so hope everyone has given your attendance in the chat bar. So please give your attendance in the chat bar. I'll consider that attendance only. So in the last class also, I have to appreciate you all. Section D is, I have already spoke in the mentoring class also. Section D is maintaining a good attendance, I can say, because in the last class, 98 students are present. Okay, in that, so yes, section B is also good nowadays. They are coming. Okay, but still take a lead, and you should have a good attendance, and the attendance is also very serious one, and that attendance will is your final. Don't think that after in college they will consider things. No, whatever the attendance we are taking here, every day we are going to update. Okay, yes, I will meet you in the next class with the creative techniques and all other things. If you did not give any attendance, please give your attendance, so that things. Okay, I think okay. Okay, take care, be at home. Still lockdown has been extended. Okay, take your safety, uh, educate your parents and everyone not to go out, to control this virus only through lockdown. Okay, so we'll meet you in the next class. Bye. Thank you. Thank you all.